Hello, folks, and welcome to the first episode of Future Focus. My name is Justin Rupert. I'm the Learning Coordinator for Goodwill Industries of Kansas. This video series was designed to help you focus on the future of work. So let's not waste any time and get right into things. Today, we're going to talk about creating a Google account so you can access Google Drive and their productivity software. So you might be asking, why Google? Well, it's free, it's accessible anywhere. It's easy to share documents and files. It's always up to date, and it syncs your files across multiple devices. So whether you're on your phone, your laptop, a desktop computer, or a tablet, you always have access to your files right there. It's very handy. So I'm going to start sharing my screen here, and we'll walk through the process of creating an account. Obviously, if you've ever created an account for Gmail or YouTube, you already have access to all these apps. So looking up here, right up here in the corner, these 9 little boxes right here, these are all your Google apps. You sign into your account and you have access to all of them. A lot of really handy stuff in there. You see docs, sheets, and slides, and those are your productivity software. So when we say productivity software, think Microsoft Office, Excel, Word, PowerPoint. Those are those equivalents. So if you've ever created an account before, you would simply click on the sign in button and you would be good to go. You would just log into your account as per normal. Well, if you don't have a Google account, we are going to walk through creating an account. So we'll click there, and our first choices are for myself or to manage a business. We may cover to manage my business in a future episode, but for today, we're just going to do for myself. So first step is filling out a little bit of information here and choosing a username. Like I said earlier, we're going to create a Google account, a Gmail account. But if you don't want to manage multiple accounts, email addresses, you can use my current email address instead. So you plug in your Yahoo or your Hotmail or your Outlook account right in there and follow those steps. It's very easy stuff, but if you have any questions, by all means, shoot me an email or message me on here. So let's start plugging in some information. I'm going to go with my real name here. And we are going to use a account that we're going to just create simply for this series, futurefocusgoodwill@gmail.com. If you're creating a new email address or account, you may want to use something more professional that you wouldn't mind an employer seeing, right? If you're going to go with dragonslayer616@gmail.com, I would hope that you're applying for dragon slaying jobs, but at the same time, there's probably not a whole lot of those available right now. So we're going to go with Future Focus Goodwill, and we're going to create a password. Obviously, you want to use a mix of upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and special symbols at the top of your keyboard. And you'll repeat it twice, and we'll click next. Oh, they didn't match because my bumbling fingers here. Let's try that. There we go. So filling out a little bit more information here, you see that a couple of these are optional. So phone number. Now, the reason they ask for your phone number is so if you're trying to access your account somewhere else, they will send you a verification code to make sure that it's you actually logging into your account. So when you set this up, you're not going to want to use a landline here. You're going to want to use your cell phone. I'm not going to plug one in today just because, again, this is a tutorial. A recovery email address. If you have another email address, you might stick it in there in the event that you get locked out of your account or cannot remember your password. But remembering your passwords is easy if you use a little app called Dashlane, and we're going to cover this in a future episode. Dashlane's great. It's a password manager vault type situation. There's a number of different ones. I prefer Dashlane, but you remember one password, you plug that in, and then you have access to all your passwords. So it stores up to 50 passwords for free. So there are multiple tiers you can get into if that's of interest to you, and if you need to store more. But like I said, we'll cover that in a future episode. I'm going to plug in some required information, my birth date, and then my gender. You can obviously choose what you want to report there. And then you come to your terms of service. So I recommend everybody read through this. Obviously, if you want to use their products, you're going to have to agree. But you may see something in there you don't agree with. So to play the game, you have to play by the rules in this situation. So we are in our account, and we're back to the Google homepage, but we can see that we are logged in by way of the little J that's for my first name there. We see our account. We can add other accounts. We can manage our accounts. We can access all the apps now. Taking a look at account in another episode, because there's a lot of stuff in there you may be wondering about. But let's get to what we talked about, Drive. And Drive's great because, again, it's a free resource. You can sync files across multiple devices. If I shoot video on my phone and want to import it to my laptop so I could go back and edit it, I could upload it from my phone to Drive and then pull it down on my laptop and edit it that way. So you're going to see a number of things here. Let's take a look around real quick. Just starting up at the top, we're at our Google Drive. We can search for files in our Drive, PDFs, documents, presentations, and so on. You have settings that you can adjust here. You have access to your other apps right through there. And if I clicked on any of these, they would open in a new tab in my browser. This is related to how you view your files. More information. There's a bunch going on here. We're obviously only going to scratch the surface, but this is your Drive. So we can go over here to this new button and we can start to utilize the power of the Drive, which is organization. Right off the bat, we can create folders for different media or documents, presentations. We can upload files from the computer we're on right now. So if I had stuff on my desktop computer here, I could upload them and bring them into this environment and then later access them somewhere else. We can also update or upload entire folders that way. But here's the heart of what we're getting at right here. Google Docs, Sheets, and Slides. Each one of these is a portion of the productivity software, right? Google Docs is the equivalent of Microsoft Word. Google Sheets is the equivalent of Microsoft Excel. Google Slides is the equivalent of Microsoft PowerPoint. These are not trying to fool you. You know, these are the equivalents. In a lot of ways, in my experience, they work pretty well together. I've imported a Microsoft Word document into my Google Docs. I've taken a Google Sheet and exported it to a Microsoft Excel document. So they work really hand in hand. And if you take a look here, the little blue icon for Docs, very similar to Word. The green icon, similar to Excel. Slides, very similar to PowerPoint. They're not trying to trick you here. Each one of these productivity softwares, you have the option to open a blank document or from a template. And when we start a new blank document, it opens in a new tab. We've got our document, our word processing document right in front of us. We can start typing away. Hello and welcome to Future Focus. And what I want to point out here is once we started typing, all changes saved in Drive automatically. So you don't have to worry about saving it, renaming it. You do want to rename it, but you just click right up there to rename it. Simple as that. Now it's called Hello and Welcome to Future Focus. And do I want to share this? Type in an email address, send it their way. You can limit what kind of rights they have to this document that you're sharing with someone. They can edit it, they can comment on it, or they can view it. So a lot of versatility there. And of course, we'll go over this in a future episode. But I just wanted to give you a bit of a taste of that. When I close this tab, guess what? It's already in my Drive. So we can open it back up and work on it some more. I could go home and work on that same document at home, no problem. So very versatile stuff. The other cool thing about Drive is that there's a site called Applied Digital Skills. Go to this site and you can learn all about the various apps within your Google Drive. Really neat. You can sort by digital tool, docs, drawings, forms, Gmail, or by topic. Financial skills might be one that you're interested in. So a lot going on there. This is really just an intro to it. I'm happy to answer questions. Obviously, there is a comment section below. Send me your feedback. Let me know what you want to learn about in a future episode. and maybe we'll cover it. This will be a weekly ongoing series, so hopefully you got something, maybe just a little nugget of wisdom out of it. Feel free to like, share, comment, send it to people who may benefit from it. Until next week, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you then.